Ladies and gentlemen, generals don't just die, but General Ogolla is dead. President William Ruto made the announcement to the Republic of Kenya.
Our nation suffered a tragic air accident in Sindar area, Keben location, 3rd Division in Elgeyo Marakwet County. I am deeply saddened to announce the passing on of General Francis Omondi Ogolla, the Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. Together with him in the crash were 11 other gallant military personnel, 9 who also passed on with him, and 2 survivors. The gallant military personnel who passed on with General Ogolla are Brigadier Swale Saidi, Colonel Duncan Keitany, Lieutenant Colonel David Sawe, Major George Benson Magondu was also the pilot, Captain Sora Mohammed, Captain Hilary Litali, Senior Sergeant John Kinywa Mureithi, Sergeant Cliffons Omondi, and Sergeant Rose Nyawira.
The country is mourning. But who is General Francis Ogolla? In this video, I want us to go through the history of Francis Ogolla. But before we do that, there's a gentleman who has made some interesting posts. Most of you have actually asked me to go through it. The gentleman is called Kipkalia Cornes. He made the post on Twitter. His handle is called Collins Bay. Collins Bay is making some serious observation, which I think by the time of making this video, the tweet has already been viewed by over 300,000 people. This is what he's saying. General Ogolla's PA is Major General David Kipkemboi Keter. My first instinct was to check if he was accompanying the boss. You see, a full general does not travel with a delegation where the next rank is less than Major General, because his own assistants are Major Generals. Now, if you look at the military ranking, General is normally the top, then there is Lieutenant Generals, then there is Major General. Now, according to the list which has been circulated, the next person who died was Brigadier Swale, which means Major General was not there. So which begs the question, what kind of assignment was this? Where the top military man was there, the general, but those below him, how many ranks below him? 1, 2. Lieutenant General was not there. Major General was also not there. Hiyo ni swali nyeti. Hiyo ni swali nyeti kabisa. And is proceeding. Besides that, generals don't die in chopper crashes. The intelligence, mechanical support, and logistical preparation that goes into CDF's travel is similar to the president's. The finest aircraft, the latest instruments, up-to-date weather reports, and real-time ground SITREPs accompany CDF's travel. If you accept that the CDF, who is also the finest fighter pilot in the history of Kenyan military, can just crash from the sky in a chopper, you will accept that even the president can. So in short, what this guy is suggesting here, that whenever the head of the military is traveling, the kind of arrangement is that it's almost similar to that of the president. And therefore, if a military chopper carrying the CDF can crash, then as a country, we should not be surprised when a military chopper carrying or presidential chopper also crashes. That's something which is very, very interesting and is continuing. While all former generals except General Mulenge are alive and healthy, Mohammed, Tonje, Kibwana, Kianga, Karangi, Mwadade, and Kibochi, live well and healthy lives. No Kenyan general has ever died in office, and the only one has died after retirement. It is very difficult for these folks to die, yet many of them in combat have encountered close calls and live to tell the tales. Generals don't just die. Except, listen to this part, except the Luo who broke the treble glass ceiling and made people very uncomfortable. I don't want to get into that for now because that's self-explanatory. Because this guy is saying that the man, the general who passed on, is actually Kenya's finest fighter pilot. Remember, he was in a military chopper. He had two other captains, but he's the finest. Swalanyeti. But who is Francis Ogolla? We need to go to his history a bit so that we can understand the person we are talking about. General Francis Ogolla joined the Kenya Defense Forces on the 24th of April in 1994 and was commissioned as second lieutenant on 6th May 1985 and posted to the Kenya Air Force. So normally that is the lowest rank when you join the forces, second lieutenant. He trained as a fighter pilot with the USAF and as an instructor pilot at the Kenya Air Force. He also trained in other fields including imagery, intelligence, counterterrorism, and accident investigation. And that's very important because this guy died through a chopper, but he's trained in imagery, intelligence, counterterrorism, and is also well versed with the issues of accident investigations. Like for example, this particular accident, if he was not involved, he would be the best person to actually investigate it. Francis Ogolla is a graduate of École Militaire de Paris and National Defense College of Kenya. So he is actually trained in the military of in France and also in the Kenya National Defense College of Kenya. He holds, just listen to the person we have lost as a country. Ogolla holds diploma both in international studies and military science from Egerton University, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Armed Conflict and Peace Studies, all of them first class, and Masters of Arts in International Studies from the University of Nairobi. So it's a man who is well read. That's the person we've lost as a country. He rose through the ranks to become a major general and appointed the commander Kenya Air Force on 15th July 2018, a post he has served for 3 years. That's until up to 2021. Remember, when Uhuru Kenyatta appointed him to serve at this position, there was no way he was going to be stopped. And that's why William Ruto and the team were not very comfortable. In fact, there are those who believe that Uhuru Kenyatta appointed Ogolla to that rank because he was going to take over. Because the moment Raila Odinga was going to become the president, he also needed to be in charge of the military. Otherwise, it's normally very difficult. Those who know say, although our Kenyan military is one of the most professional, and he's saying previously he has held various appointments in training, command, and staff, including Deputy Commander, Kenya Air Force, Base Commander, Laikipia Air Base, Commanding Officer of Tactical Fighter Wing, okay, Chief Flying Instructor at Kenya Air Force Flying Training School, and Operational Desk Officer at Kenya Air Force Headquarters. So this guy has actually died in line of duty. He has also served in the former Yugoslavia as an observer and military information officer from 1992 to 1993, as chairman of Military Christian Fellowship from 1994 to 2004. Hey, that's long, huh? That's long. And co-chair of Association of African Air Chiefs between 2018 and 2019. He's married to Eileen and blessed with 2 children and a grandson. One of the daughters is senior, also well read, working with Google. His hobbies include reading and playing golf. So that is the person we've lost as a country. There are several questions which most Kenyans are asking. That what kind of operation was this, where this guy was allowed to go alone without other senior? Because most people believe that, although it's a very sad state of affairs that we've lost so many military officers, 9 people, because there were 11, 2 are in hospital, 9 have been lost. But what kind of operation was this that required the presence of a general and not the immediate followers? Kenyans are asking so many questions, but hopefully with the time we will be able to get to know what really happened. It's my hope and prayer that during this difficult moment, Kenyans should reduce speculations and Kenyans should join the families in prayers. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.